Okay, so now that I'm a little bit deeper into the game, now that I have, kind of figure out what the whole shtick is with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Yes, it's about scanning. Yes, it's about trying to figure things out. It's almost like you're like an astronaut and you're out in the space station and you're trying to figure things out and you have to carefully examine everything, right? So it's kind of like that, but that's fine. You know, no issues with that. That's the core principle of the Metroid, right? I get that. I understand that. That's all fine and dandy with me. I have no issues with that. That's part of the game. The part that's something to me personally that I never liked on any game, it's this: we're not going to give you a checkpoint. You get the save point, and that's it. You have only that one saved point, and if you die throughout that level, no matter where you are, whichever boss that you are fighting, or however many bosses you are fighting, you are going to start from that same saved point. And if you watch my stream yesterday, then you will see that. It's about 2 hours. Also, a big thanks to Shadow Gamer 24. I appreciate you, man, leaving that $10 donation, and congratulations on your Nintendo Switch too. I was really focused on playing the game. I didn't really want to look at the chat because I wanted to focus. Like, this game really requires a lot of thinking and focus, and if I'm like reading the chat, then I'm not focusing on the game. It's really difficult for me to read what you guys are saying and then trying to focus at the game and figure things out. That's too much pressure on me, too much stuff I got to deal with. So that's one of the reasons why I wasn't looking at the chat. Because this game, to stream this game, it's not something I really prefer doing, because to stream this game, I can't really look at the chat. Like, you guys have to understand that. And I think my friend KJNBA25, who actually gifted this game to me, he knows that. He knows how much focus this game really requires for you to be focused. And it's really impossible for me to be looking at the chat and then at the same time, trying to figure out what I gotta do. And in this game, that's all you do. You need to focus, you need to figure out what you gotta do. Because anything else, it's distraction. Right? And if I'm reading chat, that's a distraction that I cannot focus on, the game, which I need to focus on. So, as I said earlier, I understand the core principle of this game. And that's fine and dandy. I don't even mind the difficult bosses. I'll figure out how to fight them. But what I do mind is this Dark Souls, Demon Souls type, oh, you have to go back to the original save type nonsense. It's one of the reasons why I never liked Elden Ring. It's because of that. I just don't like that. I don't like that kind of punishment. I mean, the game, it's hard as it is. And on top of the game being hard as it is, you want to punish me even furthermore by having me go back to the original save. That kind of stuff, it boils my blood. Like, even right now, you can see it. Like, just thinking about it gets my blood boiled. But here, I'll give you one example here. We can go through this level. All right, so I died previously, all right? I died on the previous level. And you start off from this save, okay? I did get my Viola bike, which is Viola motorcycle. I did get some upgrades, and that's all fine and dandy. However, I have to start from the save point, and I gotta work my way down, all right? I gotta go all the way down and fight all these bosses as I go down, okay? Which is ridiculous. That I have to go through all of this. And I know people will say, but didn't you know If you played Metroid Dread, that's what Metroid is all about. If you played Super Metroid, look, I never said I was a Metroid hardcore fan. Like, where did I say I'm a Metroid hardcore fan? This is what bothers me about some of those comments. People like to take the words I say out of the context, you know. I never said I was a Metroid Prime fan. Where did I say out of my 9.4 thousand videos? Where did I say that? Find me where. I was aware of it. Of course, just like I'm aware that the sun will rise on the east and sun will set on the west, all right? I was aware of it. But it doesn't mean I played it. It doesn't mean that I was into it. Okay? I mean, people sometimes just like, they want to make a narrative about you, and there's really nothing you can do about it. That's the problem with the internet, man, is everybody wants to make a narrative about you. And they take everything you say out of the context. And so they want to write this narrative about you. And the narrative is false. That's the problem. And that's what pisses me off, you know. So I never said I was a Metroid Prime fan, ever. Never. Find me where I said it, okay? Find me where. Never. There's not one single video. I even said that on Metroid Dread. Okay? And one of the reasons why I didn't like Metroid Dread, it was because of that. I have to start from that save point. I just went through the whole shenanigans, right? I just had to go through all of these levels, and then I die. I have to start from the beginning of that same saved point. I just don't enjoy that. I mean, the game is hard as it is, and now on top of the game being as hard as it is, you want to punish me even furthermore. Now, people who enjoy that kind of fetish, and I'm not here to judge, each to its own. People who love that kind of fetish, just like people who like Elden Ring fetish and these Dark Souls type games, Demon Souls type games. Hey man, it's all good. Have fun. Enjoy it. But don't expect everyone to enjoy it. So if somebody like me, who never played your game, is criticizing it, understand this. That's not my shtick. That is your shtick. So don't expect me to like your shtick. You know, what's value to you, it's not value to me. What's value to me, it's not value to you. So it's vice versa. And I don't know why people have a difficult time understanding that or respecting that, you know. But anyway, so that's the one issue I have with this game. It's the fact that when you die, you have to start from your save point. Why couldn't they do like a checkpoint? Like a checkpoint when you're fighting the boss. Metal Gear, Final Fantasy, my God, Resident Evil, etc., etc. All of these games, even Parasite Eve 1 and 2, and I don't know how many others they made, they have a checkpoint when you're fighting the boss. Like, I think that's something that every game should have. And it does. Other than these Souls type games, these Dark Soul types games. And this is one of the reasons why Jaffe doesn't like these types of games, because they're punishing you like it's like the game is designed to punish you. And I don't know how I mean, I don't know about you. I'm not into, again, this goes back to the fetish. I'm not into that fetish. I know some of you love that. You love the punishment. I'm not into that. I want to play video games to have a good time. I'm about having a good time, dude. I'm about, hey, I want to enjoy this. If I'm not enjoying this, man, then I don't care if this is the greatest game in a gaming history. It doesn't matter. If I'm not having a good time, that's it. I don't care. So that's the issue. That's the only issue I have about the Metroid Prime. I don't mind the scanning. I don't mind that you have to figure things out. I don't even mind the difficult bosses. But I do mind that there is no checkpoint before the bosses. That you have to go back all the way to the save point where you started. Like, come on, really? And you can see that, like, yesterday when I was streaming it, the look on my face, it says everything. Honestly, sometimes the look on your face says more words than you actually would say it. Actually, it describes everything in millions of words, much louder than me just telling you this, you know. Isn't that interesting? Like, just when you look at somebody's face, you can tell like how they feel about it. It speaks louder than any words. That's the phrase, right? Your silence speaks louder, or no, your expression speaks louder than any words that you can put out there in a literature, in a Shakespearean novel, War and Peace, right? So anyway, so let me kind of go through this level, and you'll see how difficult it is, and then you'll see how I will die, and then how I will go back from the beginning. All right, so let's do this demo. Now, everything else is great. Okay, I'm not gonna like. This is a great game. Listen, I'll say this. This is a great game. The graphics are amazing. 120 hertz, 120 FPS. If you have a monitor that can do that, refresh rate. Using these Joy-Cons, even the gyroscope, it's all smooth as a butter. Okay. Once you get used to it, it does take some time getting used to it. I love the Viola motorcycle. I love it. I enjoy riding the Viola motorcycle. I love the upgrades. Even the story is kind of interesting, with the aliens and the connection with these aliens, and you know, it's all cool. I like it. The design, it's pretty cool. This is all positive. This is all positive. To me, the negative is the save point. Okay? Because I understand this is part of the Metroid, but I know some of you will say, but Mr. 4K, starting from the save point, it's part of the Metroid as well. Yeah, well, I understand that, but I don't like that. That's one of the reasons why I don't play Elden Ring. I'm sure Elden Ring, it's a great game, but I can't play it because I don't like that. That I have to go back to the save point, right? To me, that's punishing, and I don't like the games that punish you. Okay, so each to its own. It's just not my shtick. I don't find that enjoyable. Please try to understand that. If some of you find that enjoyable, that's good for you. It's just not for me. You know, I don't know why people have a difficult time understanding this. You know, but God forbid somebody gives you a different point of view on your favorite game. Like, you guys are so like focused on defending this game, like God forbid that somebody has a different point of view, or if somebody gives a different feedback to express my feelings towards this game, you know. I don't like Souls type games. I didn't like Returnal. I didn't like Demon Souls, and I didn't like Elden Ring. And what's the latest one? The Wu Chang Feathers? None of those. I never liked them. Because you have to start from that save point, which I can't stand that. To me, that's punishment. I don't like the games that punish you. Alright, so there's my Viola bike. You can turn on your Viola bike anytime. Obviously, we cannot use it here. I think you can use it here. Like right here. I'm on a tower 2. I just want to show you a little demo how this Viola bike runs, and then I'm going to go back and like go through the level. I like the Viola, I really do. You can even do donuts, can you? You can do donuts. Look at her doing donuts, Samus. Yeah, she can do donuts. Alright. Let's go back. There goes that. My favorite soundtrack, man. I know Javi's loving it. Javi, are you listening? Alright. Alright, so let's go through this level. Alright. And clearly, you will see exactly what I was talking about. Alright, this is where you save the game, I believe. No, this is where you save the game. I'm sorry, right here. This is where you save the game. And then here, you have to go... I'm familiar with, like, the level design and all that right now. I don't mind any of this, you know. Even this music, I'm kind of used to it by now. It doesn't bother me. Like I said, what bothers me is what you're going to see shortly in a minute. You'll see exactly what I was talking about. Scanning, it can be annoying, but I'm used to it by now. You know, it's like, alright, it's just part of the game. It is what it is. So I'm just like used to it by now. I accepted it. You know, it's like, alright, this is the way it is. No point of me, you know, complaining about it. It's part of the game. But not being able to have a checkpoint before the boss battle or before two bosses battle. There's two bosses here you have to fight. And the last boss on this level, Tower 2, I believe this is Tower 2, it's ridiculous. And then you die and you have to start from the save point, and you will see that in a minute. I also learned that you have to shoot at these crates to collect rockets and health and other things. You know, I'm like learning more and more about this game. See, the more time I spend with the game, the better I understand it. Like every day I have better understanding of Metroid, right? But then again, you know, I have to address the elephant in the room. I can't stand not having a checkpoint and have to go back to the save point. You know, that drives me crazy, because it's one of the reasons why I never touched... Well, I did touch Elden Ring, and I did play it, but it was a brutal experience for me because of... Like, here's what I want to say. I did play Elden Ring, but I did not enjoy it. I did play Demon Souls. I even played Dark Souls 3. I think it was on PlayStation 3, but I didn't enjoy it. Even Bloodborne, I played. I didn't enjoy it. And Returnal, I didn't enjoy it because there's no checkpoint. There's just a save point, and when you die, you have to go back to that save point. And you have to start level again. You have to basically restart the level again. And I know that's the whole point of these Dark Souls type games, but just please, for those of you who are watching, and I don't mean to repeat myself like a broken record, I just need you to understand, it's not my shtick. Do you understand? It's not my shtick. And that's the issue with this one as well. And this is exactly what KJNBA25 was telling me. Dude, it's going to get even harder and harder and harder. I mean, I just spoke to him. I texted him on a comment that he left me on one of the videos. I replied to him, and I told him I don't like that already. And he knew that I was not going to like that, because he's a little bit further than me, few hours more into the game, and he says it gets even worse. It gets even more unforgiving. So... But look, man, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna push through. I'm not going to be you know, what's the word I'm trying to use? Ray never backs down. Ray Liotta never backs down. All right, so there you have it. Okay, Ray Liotta never backs down. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to enjoy it. Let's just clarify that for the record. Yes, I'm not going to back down. Ray Liotta is not going to back down. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to enjoy it. I'm certainly not going to enjoy it. So this is first boss you have to fight. Then after these guys, you have to fight second boss, which is the hardest. You have to just avoid these guys and take cover and get close to them, I guess. Come on, come on. And collect the health when you destroy them. You have to hide, you have to hide. Gotta make sure you take a cover. Take a cover. Then you die. And look what happens when you die. No checkpoint. You have to start from the beginning. And why? Why are we doing this? I mean, why? Like, I get it. That's part of the game. You know? That's the part of the challenge. But I need you guys to understand. That's not something that I enjoy. I think that's the whole point of this video that I'm trying to make. So I was kind enough to explain to you X, Y, and Z. What I do like and what I do accept about this game. And I accept it for what it is. But then I have to also address the elephant in the room, which is this: being punished to go back from your last save. So this is the first boss, and then you go to the second boss, which is the hardest. And if you die there, you still have to go back from the beginning. So this is the issue for me with these types of games, you know. And I get it. This is the part of the game, but it's not my, you know, it's not my shtick. I don't enjoy it. You know, you know, if I was some kind of a pussy that backs down from a challenge, I would never even made it this far, would I? I would have just quit and that's it. Don't even bother playing it. But I'm not quitting. I'm just letting you guys know what my feedback is, so you guys have better understanding of what I like and what I don't like. And I don't know why people are having difficult time understanding that. You know, my English is perfect. I don't think there's any accent that I know of. You can even read the subtitles. I don't know about the audio, dubbing audio from AI. It might be wrong. You know, I don't know how accurate that is, depending which country you're watching me from. But I'm pretty good, like, at what I'm saying. I'm crystal clear English. Like, and I don't know why people are just, like, not registering to what I'm saying. And then they have to write me these stupid comments. Love and peace, war and peace, Shakespearean's literature. You don't understand. This is... You are... What was that one guy? I think... I didn't even worth mentioning. The one guy wrote me a Shakespearean literature, saying that you don't know what you are not... Something like... I don't know what he said. Like, dude, he wrote so much that I didn't even bother reading the whole thing. Like, basically, this individual that looks like Mark Cerny mixed with Kevin Spacey was trying to educate me on the history of Metroid. And I clearly have said I was never a fan of Metroid. I'm not a hardcore Metroid fan. Yes, I've been playing video games since 1984, but it doesn't mean that I enjoy every game. Okay, and I never, certainly, I have never said I was a Metroid fan or a hardcore Metroid fan, right? But see, that's the problem. People like to take the words of what you say out of the context, and then they want to go with their narrative and write their narrative about you. They're going to create this bogus fake narrative about you. All right? And that's the part about the internet that really sucks, you know. If I was a hardcore Metroid fan, and I played every Metroid fan, if I played every Metroid game since 1980, 1986, fine. Then you can criticize me. You should know better. You should know better, Mr. 4K, right? But that's not the case. There we go again. Jesus, man, I can't even see from where they're shooting from. Come on, come on. Jeez. There you are. Come on, you. Come on, you bastard. No, 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 no. And you gotta wait for another wave, and this other wave, when you finish them, then you gotta go to this last boss, which is really hard. And then you have to go back from the beginning, of course. See, this part. Why can't we just start from the checkpoint? Like, I get it. You want listen. This is exactly what I was saying. The game, it's hard as it is. Okay, why not give me a checkpoint? Why are you making me start from the beginning of the level? That's what I don't like. I never enjoy this kind of punishment. I never will. To me, it's so to me, I see no value in this game. When I finish it, do you think I'm gonna replay this again? Who from listen, this game, it's really designed for hardcore Metroid fans. And this is exactly why this game will never reach a broader audience. This is why this game will never reach more gamers, because there is no choice. How about you make a choice, like, and I'm not saying make it super easy, but if you want to approach new, this is what Jaffe was saying. Listen, otherwise you're gonna stay in that limbo forever. You've been in that limbo for 40 years. Don't you think it's time after 40 years that you approach new gamers? What I mean by that is give the new gamers a little bit lighter challenge. Make it a little bit lighter. And then when they get used to it, when they get better, then they can find out what it's like to truly play the original aspect of Metroid game. But there's no option for that. And I think that's the issue. And I think I don't like that. I think if you want to introduce new gamers into your game, or if you want to appeal to a broader audience, you have to give them some, easy way to get in, so they can learn, right? When you're training for something, or you're training for a job, or you're training for whatever profession you're training for, they're not gonna teach you all the professional stuff right away. They're gonna teach you the basics, right? And I feel that's the missed opportunity here, that they didn't do that. There should have been a difficulty for the newcomers. Are you new to Metroid here? Let us introduce you to what the basic concept is of this game. And then, once you master that, then you move into the real deal. Alright, no more checkpoints. You have to start from the save point. And I think the game should have that. But they don't have that here. And I think that's what Jaffe was talking about as well. And I'm not asking, for developers to hold my hands and make this easy for me, or make it easy for everyone. But you will never reach a broader audience if you are stuck in the past and you don't want to evolve. Don't you think after 40 years, it's time for this game to evolve? I mean, let's be frank, let's be honest. 40 years, it's as old as I am. I mean, I'll be 47 in April next year, 2026. Don't you think it's time for this game to evolve? This game will never evolve if you're stuck in the past. Or what the Jaffe said? There's a phrase that Jaffe used. The gatekeepers of this game. I get it. You want to keep the same old traditional nonsense, fine. But guess what? You want to be a gatekeeper? You want to keep the same old traditional style of this game? Well, guess what? Just like Jaffe said, and Jaffe was a developer of the original God of War. He used to work for Santa Monica Studios. San Diego, well, that's where he lives. He's in San Diego, California. Even he said, well, then you will never expand this franchise. Isn't that the whole idea, to expand the franchise, to reach more audience? Sometimes you have to break the old grounds. To evolve, you have to break the old habits. You have to break the status quo. And the status quo for 40 years on this game, I get it. The original Metroid fans of the game, hardcore, diehard Metroid fans, they want that, and they should have that. I'm not saying, they should have that option. That's essentially what I'm saying, what Jaffe's saying. For those of you who are hardcore, diehard fans, we have that option for you. It's here. Go and play it. Have fun. But for those of you who are the newcomers, we have this, a lighter version of introduction level noobs, the beginners, the noobs. Why do you need that? You need that to get people in, to play your game. But apparently Nintendo, it's only focused on making this game for hardcore fans. And I think that's essentially what I'm trying to say here. This game, it's really designed for hardcore fans. It's not really designed for someone who hasn't played this franchise. If you're someone who hasn't played the franchise, it's not going to be for you. You're certainly not going to have a good time. I don't know if you're going to enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe you will, but I doubt it. You will be frustrated. It'll be a frustrating experience. To me, if you had a frustrating experience, I don't think that's a good experience. Being frustrated, it's never a good experience. All right, so that's really what I wanted to say on this 35-minute video. You can also watch my live stream from yesterday, and the original live stream, and all the other videos. Okay? I'm not saying this is a trash game, nor am I trashing this game. I'm simply giving you my feedback. Okay? And if my feedback is bothering you, well, maybe you shouldn't watch my videos. Maybe you should rejoice somewhere else where all the die-hard Metroid fans are rejoicing, and just go watch those videos and live in that echo chamber. But if you want to step out of the echo chamber of Metroid fan base and hear what someone has to say who has never played these Metroid games, then you're going to hear some feedback that's not going to be pleasing to you or pleasing to your ears, you know. And please don't write me a Love and Peace, War and Peace literature, Shakespearean literature. I'm not interested in reading that. No one's going to read that crap, honestly. If I see something like that, I'll just delete. I just, like, dude, it's a waste of your time, because no one's going to read it, and I sure as hell am not going to read it. So then why are you wasting your time? Because you know I'm going to delete that comment, so you didn't accomplish nothing. No one's going to care because no one's going to see your comment. So why are you wasting your time writing me a Shakespearean literature? I'm not interested in a Love and Peace, War and Peace literature. You know. God, man. Just make it short. All right? I don't expect you to agree with my feedback, but at least you can respect my feedback. My feedback is, there's some things I like and I understand, but there's also things that I can't just overlook. And one of the things is this giant Godzilla in the room. And to me, the giant Godzilla in the room is me starting from the same saved point, restarting the level. Why can't I actually start at the checkpoint where I was fighting the last boss? Oh, but then that would be too easy. Yeah, well, some of us don't have time, dude. Some of us don't have time to be grinding. See, this is another thing that both me and Jaffe have been acknowledging. Not all of us have time, dude, to be... Even Javi agrees with me. Not all of us, dude, have time to be grinding this, bro. But then that's but you're going to say, oh, but doesn't that add a value? No, it doesn't. It's a frustration, dude. I'm not having fun. See, this is what you guys don't understand. I don't see a value in the game if I'm being frustrated. I'm not having a good time, dude. If I'm not having a good time, bro, and my blood pressure is going high, that's not a value to me. That's not a value. If I have to take my blood pressure pills, if I have to call a doctor and go see him the next day to check my blood pressure and take my blood test and all that, that's not good. Then the game is destroying my health and has no value for me. Okay? My health is more important than this game. So I need you to understand that. Maybe that's a value to you, but then again, here we go. We're going back to the same original point that I made. What's value to you will not be value to me. What's value to me will not be value to you. And I don't know why people are just ignoring this fact, you know. All right? Don't expect everyone to like what you like. Don't expect everyone to drink the same Kool-Aid that you're drinking. I mean, that's not how it works here on this planet. And I've been on this planet Earth for almost 47 years. Yeah, I've been on this planet Earth for almost 47 years. And in my 47 years being on this planet Earth, and I've been around the world, many different countries, I can tell you, that's not how it works. Okay? All right. So I hope that this clarifies, this 40 minutes, puts some better clarification on how I feel about the Metroid Prime. Okay? This is a great game, but it's not for everyone. I think that's the title of this video. It's a great game, but it's not for everyone. Is that fair enough? I think that's fair enough. Okay. And remember, please, don't write me love and peace, war and peace, Shakespearean literature, please. Don't write me that literature, because I will just delete it. Okay, I don't have time to read that. All right. Thank you for watching. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. And I will see you on the next video.